Patty DeMoss.
Spencer Green.
Sarah Green.
Chase Dyer.
I'm Eric Jensen, and this is an informative speech with visual aid. And so my visual aid today is a PowerPoint presentation. To start out today, if I can have you guys all stand for a moment. This will seem strange at first, but it'll make sense in a moment. And if you'll help me out, if you'll notice on the floor, the room is divided into 4 quadrants. There's a line going down the middle and a line going down this way across the room. So if you are an outgoing person, your personality is outgoing, I want you to move to the front. And if you are a more reserved person, move to the back. Go ahead and do that real quick and stay standing, but quickly move for me. Perfect. Now, if you are more of a task-oriented person, I want you to move to this side of the room. If you are more of a people-oriented person, go to that side of the room. Task-oriented, the task is going to be more important to you. People are more important to you than the task. Move to that side of the room for me, please. Perfect. Now, please have a seat for me. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Now, what you have just done is you have put yourself into 4 quadrants, which represent something called the DISC personality. There are basically 4 types of human personalities, and we're going to be talking about this today. We each fit within one of the basic personality types. Now, the DISC personality type it was developed in 1928 by Dr. William Matheson, and he developed this idea, the DISC personality type. As a pastor of 21 years, working with all types of people, and a father with 5 different children with different personality types, I can tell you, this information is going to be so important to you. It's going to make a very big difference in how you're interacting with people, and it's going to make a difference to your success with your job, with your work, with your private life as well. So, to just preview what we're talking about, the DISC personality type, D stands for the dominant personality type. And so that would be you over here. You're the dominant personality type. The I is inspiring, and that's you over here, and it happens to be me as well, the inspiring type. The S is the sensitive. We have no sensitive people here today. That's okay, but that's another personality type. And finally, the C personality type is you. You are what we call the cautious personality type. So we're going to look at this information today, and it's really going to help you, and it's going to make a huge difference in your life. We're going to look at who you are and how you're wired, and also so how you will know how to interact with other people. Now, the information I'm going to give you today is largely coming from a website that I found on the internet that you can go to, and it's called discoveryreport.com, and you can go and take an assessment for yourself. There's all kinds of further information on there as well. Let's start with the dominant personality. That's your personality type. And in this personality type, the dominant are task-oriented, and you're outgoing, but you're task-oriented. And you're about 18% of the population. And you are a very powerful person. You are a natural leader. People who are dominant personality, you're natural leaders because you're outgoing and you're also task-oriented at the same time. But you're fast-paced, you're outspoken, and you have power words. Each one of these personalities will have some power words to them. Your power words are, you are direct. You're very direct in how you communicate with people. You want to communicate directly, and you want people to communicate to you directly. You are decisive. You are not afraid to make a decision. In fact, you prefer to make all the decisions, and you prefer to have that power. You are determined, and you are a doer as well. And you get results. Now, the negative part of your personality, and each personality type can have a negative side to it that you need to be aware of, is you can also be domineering, and you can be too demanding as well. So it's important to understand that personality type. Now, when we're dealing with someone who is in the D personality, it's really important to remember that these people seek the bottom line, and they are about results. So you need to focus on results when you're speaking with them. Be brief, be to the point, exhibit confidence, because if you look weak, they're going to run you over. And most importantly, do not challenge someone who is a D personality. Don't challenge them because you're going to lose. Don't get in a challenge with them. And so this is important for you to know. Now also, in the outgoing quadrant, but on the people-oriented side, my favorite peeps, because it's who I am, are the inspiring type of people. And the inspiring people, about 28% of us, we are outgoing, and we are also very people-oriented. This is the fun world. We like to have fun. And we are the inspiring type. We are the entertainers. And we like to have fun. Hollywood is full of us. We like to talk about ourselves. We're outgoing. We're charismatic people. And we are very fast-paced. And we are outspoken. And our power words are influencing. We influence people all around us. We are also interactive. We're natural talkers. We like to talk to people. We are the life of the party. And we are fun. And so we like to have fun. We are drawn to the crowd. We're drawn to the people. Our other word is inducing. We can induce people to do almost anything. In my house, we had lunch one afternoon, and we had a bunch of people over on a Sunday afternoon, and one of my I kids decided, I think I want us to turn the dining room table all the way around in circles. And so he actually got all of us to turn that dining room table. We actually went along with him. He induced us to do it. We can induce people into action, into doing things. Interesting. This is our other power word. We're very interesting people, and we're interested in people. We want to know about people's lives and who they are. Our negative side that we have to us as these inspiring people is we can be, we're influencing, but we can also be easily influenced. The last thing we see, the last place we went, that influences us. When I was a child, if I went to the fire department, I wanted to be a fireman. Then if I went to the police station, I wanted to be a policeman. If I went to the veterinarian, I wanted to be a veterinarian. So we're very influenced in that way. We're also impulsive. We just make a decision, don't think about it. Whatever we feel like doing at the moment, we can be very impulsive. We can also be irritating. That's a negative thing. There could be just too much of us. And so that could be difficult. When you're dealing with an I person, some important things to remember is that we seek recognition and we seek fun. So we want to be liked and expect them to be talkative. Expect them to stray off topic. Just know that's going to happen. And make them the center of attention. And let me tell you why. Because if an I person thinks you like them, they will work twice as hard for you. If they think you don't like them, they'll give up on you. Because guess what? There's more people out there to be liked and liked by. So we don't bother. So make sure that you let them know how important they are. Now the next personality type is a little different. While still in the people-oriented side, they are more task-oriented, and these people are the supportive personality type. And luckily, most people are this. The personality type is 40% of the population, which is good because these are nice people. These are sweet, sensitive type of people. These are loyal team players, and they don't make waves. They like people to get along. They want everything to go nicely and smoothly, and everyone should get along. You're more cautious. You're more reflective if you're this type of personality. Your power words are supportive. You're so supportive. You will just support people and come around people. You are steady. You're reliable. You are sensitive to people and their needs. And you are stable. So this brings, a good thing a lot of people are this, because it brings stability to us I's who are just out there doing all this crazy stuff. Things to be aware of, your negative side is that you could be slow. You're slow to make a decision. You're slow to think about things. And you're sensitive, but you're oversensitive. You get your feelings hurt way too easily. And you're shaky in your communication. You don't want to be direct because you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. You want people to like you. You want just everything to stay calm and status quo and don't make any waves. And so when you're dealing with the S personality type, remember that these people are cautious and They need you to be cautious with them. So you need to break the ice first with them. Give them time to think and process, because they have to think and they do it slower. And listen to them attentively. And so those are important things. Don't assume that because they go along with you that they agree with you. That's really important with an S personality type. And finally, moving on to the last personality type, you are the reserved and you are the cautious personality type. You're task-oriented, and you are also reserved. And you make up about 14% of the population. And so you are the cautious personality type. You are accurate people. Attention to detail is very important. Rules matter to you. And not only do rules matter, but you also, you're cautious and you're reflective. Pilots are C people. You don't want to get on a plane. You want the pilot who's detailed, and they tell you all the details. We're flying at 90,000 feet, and the temperature outside is negative 15 degrees. Like, who cares, right? Mm-hmm. But you want that concise, accurate person. You don't want to get on the plane and hear, hey, Jose, buckle your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy ride. You don't want the I person to pilot your plane. So this is really important to be accurate. And so your power words are cautious. You're very cautious about everything you do. You are calculating. Everything is calculated and mapped out. You're very careful. And you're competent. C people are the most competent people that you are going to find. And you are correct. At least you think you're correct. It's you're correct, but it's correct. And you're going to double check everything to make sure it is correct. When you are, the negative side of this personality, the cautious personality, is you can be cold. You can be too cold, and you can come off sometimes as condescending. So you need to be aware of that when you're dealing with people and talking to people. Now, when you are dealing with a cautious personality type, expect them to want lots of information. And if you can put it in writing, it's better. Okay, lots of details, lots of facts. They respond logically. They do not respond emotionally. And that's important when you're dealing with them. And finally, so in conclusion, so why does all this really matter? Why does it matter to know your personality? Because listen, a lack of understanding of people's personality and knowing that everyone's a different person, it's going to bring you miscommunication. It's going to result in misunderstanding and hurt feelings, unmet expectations. Everyone is different, and they require a different approach. So we've looked at these 4 different personalities: the outgoing, the dominant type, the inspiring type, the supportive type, and the cautious type. The starting point of understanding people is to realize and accept one simple fact. Everyone is different. And different isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just simply different. So taking the time to understand the personality, the people that you work with, and how obviously they all do something. You have to respond to them differently and interact with them each differently on a daily basis. It's going to be crucial to your success. Can you see how this is so crucial? And you could really blow it if you don't understand this with people. You can't interact the same way. People are not the same. Now, my supportive personality child once said something to me that really hurt my feelings. And I went to them and I said, honey, that really hurt my feelings. And they grabbed my arm and they said, oh, Daddy, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that hurt you. I didn't mean to hurt you. Would you please forgive me? I thought, well, that worked pretty well. So I went to my dominant personality child and I said the same thing. I said, honey, that really hurt me. And he grabbed my arm and he says, Dad, get over it. Grow up and move on in life. So obviously and clearly, each required a different approach, right? Can you see that? And so clearly understanding these 4 types is going to help you interact much more effectively and avoid misunderstanding. You're going to avoid miscommunication, and it's going to make you a far more effective a leader, effective relating to people, and a communicator in your life. Thank you very much for listening this morning.